League wild card race. What a night it was at Arlington. Derek Holland has been really good for the Rangers, but he was fooling nobody on the Toronto side. This is Rod Barajas. He finds the folks with a 3-run shot, his 15th of the year and first of 2 on the night for him. He had a 5 RBI night. That was nothing. Adam Lind, up with the bases loaded in the 4th. He woke up Monday with 3 homers and 11 RBIs in August, but he had 1 day left and he made the most of it. That's a grand slam, the first of his career, 26th home run of the year, and he's up to 4 RBIs on the night. The Jays would take an 11-0 lead, but here come the Rangers. Ian Kinsler triples to right. Taylor Teagarden scores. Elvis Andrews scores. Rangers down 11-3. 11-4 now. 2 on for Nelson Cruz, who goes down and gets that 3-run crush. His 29th. It's an 11-7 game. 7th inning now. 11-9. Men at the corners for Chris Davis. Long fly ball to center. Vernon Wells, is on the case, but David Murphy tags and scores. And it's a 1-run game. The Rangers down 11-10. We go to the 9th. Jay's looking for some insurance, and Adam Lind is their insurance man off Jason Grilli, his second of the game. He's now got 5 RBIs on the night, and the Blue Jays back up by 2. And Lind comes around again in the 9th. The base is loaded, and he delivers. Josh Hamilton overruns it. John McDonald scores. Marco Scutaro scores. Aaron Hill scores. How about 8 RBIs on the night for Lind, the first Blue Jay to drive in 8 in a single game since Roy Howell in 1977. The Jays win it
to start the day. Crawford out while he nurses a sore back. Ben Zobrist knocking a double off Jared Washburn. Jason Bartlett scores, and the Rays up 1-0. Next batter is Pat Burrell. Went down and got that one. Put it into right. Kapler and Zobrist come in to score. The Rays with 2 consecutive hits. They got a little rally going. Tampa Bay up 3-0. Next batter is Evan Longoria. That'll bring Burrow home. So 3 consecutive hits for the Rays now, and the lead is 4-0. Now here comes Carlos Pena. He's been dangerous. When he puts the bat on the ball, he's got more home runs than singles this season, and he's adding to the home run total. There's number 38. 2-run shot for Pena. The Rays' 4th consecutive hit. I think you get the picture. Wasn't a good start for Washburn. He gave up 6 runs before he got an out. Pena's home run, one of 14 Tampa Bay hits in the game. They combined for 27 hits.
Back of the wild card, Josh Johnson, 19-2 in his career against the NL East. 6-1 in his last 8 starts, and he had the good stuff early. Chipper Jones watches that fastball. Adam LaRoche took a cut at it. That didn't do any better. Omar Infante couldn't catch up. And once again, it's Jones, this time swinging and missing. Johnson struck out 5 through 4, all with the heat. He's 5 2/3 into a no-hitter in the 6th. When he hangs a slider to Matt Diaz, and major league hitters will pounce on that. So much for the no-hitter. Meanwhile, Kenshin Kawakami pitching well for the Braves. Got Hanley Ramirez there. Kawakami 6 innings of good work. He allowed just 1 earned. In the 7th, Omar Infante drives 1 to left center field. He'll find the gap. Jones, Yunel Escobar both score. Infante motoring around to 3rd. He's got a 2-run triple. Atlanta has a 2-1 lead. Next up, David Ross. And he gets that through, right through the box. It finds its way. 3 in the 7th did the trick for Atlanta. The Braves win it. Johnson, good work, but he takes the loss after 8 strikeouts. And Atlanta's now 3 back of Colorado and San Francisco.
Lou Piniella says he doesn't look at the standings, but if he did, he would see that the Cubs are 5.5 back. They opened a 3-game series with the Astros. Rich Harden claimed off waivers by the Twins, but they couldn't work out a deal with the Cubs, so he started, and he walks Jeff Kippinger on 4 pitches in the 3rd. Then he walks Lance Berkman, so he's got the bases loaded now, and Carlos Lee is taking advantage. Michael Bourne and Kippinger come in to score. The throw, not exactly optimum. Lee able to advance to second. Astros up 3-0. Top 5, it's Lee again, and this time he can take his time. That's also off Harden. Number 22 for El Caballo. Astros up 5-0. Bottom 7, Cubs down 5-2. A man on Roy Oswalt gets Coy Hill. 4-6-3 double play. Oswalt 7 innings of work, 2 earned runs. Struck out 3. Bottom 9, Jose Valverde in to close it out with the Astros up 5-3. Look at Bourne. Wow. Ooh. What a great game. What a great catch, rather, to end the game, and now Bourne can go eat. The Astros win at 5-3. Pinella really won't want to look at the standing. Back up to 6 games, taking on the Diamondbacks. Randy Wolf looking to win his 100th career game. Top second, no score, Mark Reynolds. High fly ball, Matt Kemp can't find it. Manny Ramirez comes sprinting over. Kemp finally sees it, makes the catch as Manny puts the tackle on him. Manny's ready for the regular season, the NFL regular season. Top second, still no score, runners on first and second. Manny Ramirez, perhaps the most entertaining player in baseball, at the plate and in the field. Now, check him out here.
Nice route.
Miguel Montero and Chris Young score. Augie Ojeda with the fly ball there that led to the confusion for Manny. Didn't know which way to turn. Bottom 6, 2-1 Diamondbacks. So Manny leading off the inning. He'll get one back here off Doug Davis. I mean, that's Manny Ramirez. You take what you get in left field because of what you get at the plate. His 15th of the season, it's tied at 2. Next batter is Kemp. He says, you know what, I think I'll have what Manny had. Back-to-back home runs for the Dodgers. Number 22 for Kemp, and the Dodgers with a 3-2 lead. 9:11 p.m. Pacific time, middle of the 7th inning. John Garland told that he's been traded to the Dodgers. So, dude, just head on over. Other dugout. They got a uniform waiting for you. Top 8 still 3-2. Nobody on. Went out. Justin Upton off George Sherrill. Solo shot. Upton's 23rd, and looks like someone just leveled the playing field. It's 3 apiece. They went to extras in the 10th. Tied at 3. Rusty Real leads off and tees off. That's off James McDonald's solo shot. Diamondbacks tacked on another one, and they go on to win at 5-3.
Organic by the USDA. It's a top 10 plays. Yeah, little known fact. White Sox Twins, Jim Tomei, while he was still a member of the White Sox, to right, but Michael Kadire says, you need to go west to L.A. You've been traded, and you're out.
That's Chesapeake, VA. Great bridge in the house. Number 9, Blue Jays and Rangers. Chris Davis, well hit. Vernon Wells, well played. Or would that be Wells played? Great catch. There was plenty of offense in that game as well.
A little bit. Monday Night Football, Texans and Vikings. Brett Favre found Albert Young, but D'Amico Ryans found him as well. Ooh. You have been planted. Ryans was just everywhere in this game.
Number 7, Adam Lynn. What a day he had on Monday. He'll be telling his grandkids about this one. Grand slam in the 4th. And then with the base loaded in the 9th, he had to settle for a double. How about this line? 3 for 5, 2 home runs, and 8 RBI. The Blue Jays win at 18-10.
It's a nice night. First round of the U.S. Open. First night, in fact. Andy Roddick against Bjorn Powell. Drop shot there. Roddick dives, sprawling winner. We're showing a bunch of replays here when really we had time for a gratuitous Brooklyn Decker shot.
Yeah. Number 5, FC Barcelona and Sporting. Zlatan Ibrahimovic using his head. And he got a hug on the ground.
Yankees, Orioles. The chopper to third, Jerry Hairston. Bare hands and gets Wieters out later. Unfortunately, it was Hairston's error that ended the perfect game for Andy Pettitte. He kept it a little alive a little longer there.
They love James Blake at the U.S. Open. He's at number 3 versus Ruben Ramirez Hidalgo. And Blake going the opposite direction. Everybody loves a winner. Blake 6'1", 6'4", 7'5". He's moving on.
White Sox Twins, Brendan Harris. Ground ball to the hole at short. Look at Alexei Ramirez ranging and throwing. That is such a hard play to make. Ramirez making it look easy.
Number 1, Adrian Peterson. They call him all day or all night.
Adrian Peterson into the clear. The NFL's leading rusher takes it to the house.
When this big fella gets into open air, see ya.
On Lester, man, unbeaten in his last 7 starts. Bottom 2, Akinora Iwamura, sit. Deanna Navarra, he's a voyeur, and B.J. Upton, good game to watch. Lester, 191 strikeouts this season. Franchise single-season record for a lefty, breaking the old record held by Bruce Hurst. Top 4, bartender. How about a shot at J.D.? J.D. Drew, 2-run shot off Andy Sonnenstein.
I think I know where you come up with these.
June 19th. Red Sox up 3-1, up 4-1. Carlos Pena. He goes yard on Lester. His American lead leading 39th, 8th in his last 11 games. We got a 4-2 game. All right, bottom 8. Rays are down 7-4, but they got the bases loaded. Jonathan Papelbon, opposing batters, 1 for 12, 9 Ks, bases loaded against him this season. Now he's in the 8th inning, remember. Gets Upton swinging. Next batter is Jason Bartlett. That could be trouble. Jacoby Ellsbury. Beaver Nation. No runners advance. Take another look at that one. That's a TPN, top play nominee if you're new to the program. Check out Pat Burrell. You got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Next batter, Carl Crawford. It's always tease, tease, tease. Foul territory, Jason Bay, who also homered. Powered by Whammy, coached by Hertzie. Red Sox, 8-4 winners.
He's in Baltimore Tuesday to take on the Orioles. You see A.J. Burnett, 5-5, 4.66 ERA in 15 starts with Jorge Posada. His ERA 3.38 with other catchers. Felix P.A. jumping all over Burnett. He's got 5 home runs in 8 games, and Burnett's got some words for him. Orioles dugout, they've got some words for Burnett. Orioles up 1-0. Now, this is Jorge Posada's first at-bat. David Hernandez. Now, it's a 3-2 count. Posada doesn't realize that was ball 4. He's ready for another pitch. And Angel Hernandez, the home plate number, said, dude, you just walked. And Posada said, you know what? But if I wait for ball 5, I can go all the way to second. Johnny Damon gets a chuckle. Posada takes first. Next batter is Robinson Cano. And now Posada's got to go right into the dugout and face all the guys clowning. Cano 3 for 4, triple short of the cycle. Yankees up 2-1. Top third, same score. Posada up again. He's now waiting around for ball 5 this time. First pitch he sees, gone. And the Yankees up 3-1. Oh, but there's more fun with Jorge in his third at-bat. Tied at 3, Posada now, it's a 3-1 count now. And Hernandez throws strike 2. Posada thinks it's strike 3, and he's heading back to the dugout. Now, how about some fundamentals here, Jorge? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. A-Rod helping out, Derek Jeter getting a chuckle. You know, this is all funny when the Yankees are winning. Can you imagine if they were losing? This was happening. 2 pitches later, Posada going deep again. His second home run of the game, the Yankees up 5-3. Maybe Burnett is struggling with him because Jorge doesn't know how many runs are coming in. Bottom 5th, Nick Markakis up. Over to first, Mark Teixeira knocks it down, but Burnett doesn't cover first. Or maybe that's the reason his ERA is so high. Posada behind the plate. And Teixeira can't believe Burnett didn't cover first. Burnett late to move off the mound. 2 batters later, 2 on, Luke Scott. That's a 3-run shot. Burnett 5 in the third, 11 hits, 6 earned runs. And the Orioles with a 6-5 lead. Go to the 7th, tied at 6. Nick Swisher facing Chris Ray. Swisher has just been killing the Orioles. Loves Camden Yards. 2-run shot for him. The Yankees win at 9-6. They're rolling again. They've won 5 in a row. They're 22-6 in their last 28.
Let's go to the Great Northwest. It's the Angels in Seattle. Ichiro back in the lineup. He missed 9 games. He had a tight calf. Bottom 3 facing Irvin Santana, who's 6-2 on the road this season, just 1-5 at home. Ichiro, he ended up going 2 for 4. He singles there. This game's tied at 1. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 1 on, 2 outs. Jose Lopez is going to double to right. Bobby Abreu, who hasn't been swinging the bat very well, decides right there not to field it very well. Franklin Gutierrez comes around from first to score. Lopez is caught in the pickle, and he's in trouble. But the Mariners are up 2-1, and so the trouble is really on the Angels' end because top 9 still 2-1, 1 on, 1 out. David Aardsma, Vlad Guerrero lining out to Jose Lopez, and Kendry Morales going to strike out swinging. Only the Yankees and Red Sox have been held under 2 runs in fewer games than the Angels. Mariners win at 2-1. Their first 4 hitters go 7 for 15 in this ball game.
Diamondbacks down the street to take on the Dodgers, and it's hello, my name is John Garland. Garland slated to start Thursday against the Diamondbacks. Jim Thome not in L.A. yet. Matt Kemp on second, bottom third. Andre Ethier with a fly ball. Justin Upton tries to throw to second to double off Kemp, but Ryan Roberts didn't cover second. Throw kicks off of Kemp, and Kemp kicks around the bases to score. Take another look at Upton's throw, right on line and right in time, but you know, none of that matters if there's no guy on the base. Upton charged with the error. Dodgers take a 3-1 lead. Top 6. Diamondbacks down 3-2, 2-on-2 out. John Hester with a fly ball. Kemp and Manny coming in. Oh, boy. Gerardo Parra scores. Diamondbacks tied at 3. Same score, bottom 7. Dodgers have met on second and third with 1 out. Diamondbacks intentionally walk Kemp to load the bases because he's really been doing some things. They bring in Clay Zavada to pitch to Andre Ethier. Zavada goes to a 3-1 count against Ethier. Pitch misses high, and Zavada walks in a run. Here comes Juan Pierre, and the Dodgers take a 4-3 lead. Top 8, man on first, 2 outs for Brandon Allen. That's well hit, but check out Ethier. Give me that! Full sprint at the wall, and then the leap to take away what looked like a home run. Ethier helps the Dodgers hold on to the lead, and the Dodgers win it 4-3. Jonathan Broxton with his 30th save of the season. They win this one, despite Manny Ramirez going over. Pitching match up there. No-hitter hero Jonathan Sanchez squaring off with World Series hero Cole Hamels. Let's get it on. Bottom 4. Sanchez is yet to allow a hit. Shane Victorino with a broken bat single. We can update that. During the next at-bat, Victorino, huge jump off first. He steals second.
Power of poi.
2 batters later, Ryan Howard up. And, you know, they usually go airmail with Howard to manufacture runs. They're using the ground service here. And the Phillies take a 1-0 lead, manufacturing one. Cole Hamels doing his thing. Ryan Rollinger, we'll be seeing you. Eli Whiteside, your seat in the dugout is ready. And then Sanchez, may I help you? No thanks, I'm just looking. Next batter is Eugenio Velez. Got him too. Hamels with 4 straight strikeouts. Top 9, Giants with a run on first and nobody out. Still 1-0. Hamels picks off the runner, Andres Torres, a pinch runner. Torres may or may not have gotten his hand in there. We take another look at it. Jimmy Rollins knew it was a close play. May have been in there. Umpire says he's out, so he's out. Next batter, Benjamin Molina, the pinch hitter. He's down. 2 outs in the 9th. Hamels trying to finish it. Edgar Renteria. That's not going to hurt a bit. Hamels goes the distance. The 2-hitter, his best performance in a shutout in his career. He struck out 9. The Phillies win it 1-0. So the Giants' 3-game win streak is all done. And they can thank Hamels for that. A 3-back, Florida 4-back when the night started. And look who's back. Tim Hudson getting his first start of the season Tuesday. His last start, July 23rd, 2008 at this very ballpark against the Marlins. Hudson left the game with discomfort in his arm. He had Tommy John surgery less than a week later. That was back in July of 2008. Bottom first, Marlins down 1-0, 2-on for Jorge Cantu. And he can, too. Marlins up 2-1, Hudson. Not too happy about that. He said, I didn't come back for that. Next batter went on for John Baker. And that's more like it for Hudson. The double play gets Hudson out of the jam. Top 3rd, game tied 1-1 for Brian McCann. That's well hit. Martin Prado coming around. And the Braves go up 3-2. Bottom 3rd, 2-on for Hanley Ramirez. He can do some things, but not this time. Into the fielder's choice. He would later leave the game with tightness in his left hamstring. That could be a concern for Florida going forward. Bottom 6, Marlins down 1, tying run at second, full count to Dan Uggla, and Hudson walked him. Leaves the game, but it's love from his teammates. Peter Moreland takes over. Cody Ross into the double play to win the inning. The Braves and Hudson out of the jam. All right, so we go to the 9th. Brett Carroll up. Rafael Soriano takes care of him. And the Braves hang on to win it 4-3. Hudson, 5 1/3, giving up 6 hits and 2 runs, earned his first win since that game back in July of last year. His last win also came at Florida, 8-2 lifetime.
Into the National League, raise your hand. Okay, hands down. St. Louis entertaining Milwaukee. Albert Pujols, bottom 4. Cardinals down 3. It's now 3-1. Solo shot is 42nd. 361 of the career. That ties Joe DiMaggio, 69th all-time. Bottom 7, game tied, 2 outs, man on second. David Weathers going to intentionally walk Pujols. Matt Holliday's up next. So Ken Maka decides, you know what, I'm going to bring a new guy in. Todd Coffey.
So here we go, Matt Holliday.
And is Coffey caffeinated? Well, apparently he looks to me as he runs in.
He looks like Andre Smith.
First pitch. Power is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Holiday, yard. Cardinals up 7-4. 3-run shot. All that running made him tired. Hey, 7-6. Tying run at first. Top 1, Ryan Franklin. He's caffeinated. St. Louis wins again. Man, that is a dude beard there. Cardinals win at 7-6. Pujols 1 for 3 with the historic home run that ties him 69th all-time. Warriors run away with the Central. They began the night 3.5 back. John Danks, he's won the only 2 games the White Sox have won in their last 11 games. Brendan Harris, deep to right center. Scott Posednik. It doesn't say top play nominee, but I think it should be. Bottom 7, Twins up 2-1. Michael Kadire, his second of the game, 24th overall, and the Twins take a 3-1 lead. Top 8, Gordon Beckham. That's over the wall. His 9th, game tied at 3. Let's go 9th inning. Pinch hitter Jose Morales hasn't had an at-bat since July 11th. He lines it to right center. Nick Punto scores. The Twins walk off with the win. Morales getting mauled. Twins.
Top first, scoreless, 1 out. Adam Lynn over the Kinsler. Flips to Omar Vizquel at second to get Joe Inglet. Vizquel jumps England and completes the double play. Vizquel, an 11-time Gold Glover. The Rangers roster as a whole, Neil, 35 Gold Gloves. First base coach Gary Pettis had 5, and VP Jim Sundberg had 6. Bottom third, Michael Young at bat. That Ranger fan deserves a Gold Glove, or at least a beverage. Great gloves all over the ballpark in Arlington. Later in Michael Young's at bat, tries to beat out a ground ball to shortstop, but he pulls up lame. He left the game with a hamstring injury. Bottom 4, still scoreless. Josh Hamilton, both of his hamstrings are fine. Hambone, have you heard? Solo shot for Hamilton, his 9th of the season. It's 1-0 Rangers. Bottom 5, 2-0 Rangers. Hamilton back for more. 2-run shot for him. His 10th of the season. The Rangers going to win at 5-2, so they sweep the doubleheader. Identical scores in each game. Calling crazy.
You ready to do some top plays?
Let's do it. You got those guys. I don't know what they're doing.
My uncles. I apologize to my uncles right now.
Bartender, no more.
Soapbox race in Atlanta. Showmanship, speed, creativity, and apparently dancing ability.
All right, so now I got something called the Red Bull Stumps, Clumps, and Jumps Tour. This is San Francisco Bay. Red Bull built a BMX course on a barge that floated around the Golden Gate Bridge where the extreme bikers did 360s and other X Games tricks.
Woo! As for our man Rexing there at 8, Blue Jays Rangers. Michael Young. There's no beverage involved, but sign that fella up to a minor league contract. Nice catch, dude. Although the bar's been set with the guy with the baby in his arms.
Number 7, first round U.S. Open, Maria Sharapova against somebody who's about to lose. Sharapova with a tough forehand smash down the... Wow. What a shot. I think she's okay. She moves on to the second round.
I thought I was the only one who used that exit. Diamondbacks, Dodgers, Brandon Allen, Andre Ethier. Mother, should I run for president? On the wall, Ethier. And the Dodgers get it done.
How about this? AAA baseball, the Buffalo Bisons against the Rochester Red Wings. Rochester Steve Tollison hits the line drive, caught by Argenis Reyes, who turns a triple play, second triple play in Coca-Cola Field history.
At 4, the Nationals and the Padres, Ryan Zimmerman, right field, Will Venable. Look how long my arms are. Makes the catch. Padres win 4-1.
And number 3, more from Red Sox and Rays, Pat Burrell. He's at the plate. It's not about him. It's about Jacoby Ellsbury. Down and dirty on the turf in St. Pete. Actually, don't get dirty, but he did get down.
Twins would win on a walk-off. White Sox there to witness it. This isn't it. This is Scott Posednik. He also brought his long arms, taking one away from Brendan Harris.
And number 1, Mets and Rockies. This place certified as the best one. And all of the land on Tuesday. Brad Hupp, just like Skip Bertman taught him in Baton Rouge. Nick Evans, the man who was robbed there. What a catch by Hupp. And the Rockies win it